Shout out Beware. What up, though? And it's your favorite Pistons podcast, Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. Want to find out more about our show, like where to order our official t-shirt or how to follow us on social media? Visit our Linktree /PWTPF. That's linktr.ee/PWTPF. And thanks to our premier sponsor, ticket-barter.com. See you at the seats. What's up? And of course, it's your favorite Pistons podcast, Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. Thanks for your patience, man. I was out at HIMSS 2026, man. It was great, man. Y'all know, like, in my professional life, I'm in the healthcare field, and it's one of the world's largest healthcare conferences. So, welcome to all our new listeners. Y'all know I had to slide. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know every time people we just talking like, yeah, you know, I got a Pistons Pro Wrestling Talk podcast. People like, what? I thought you were a college professor. I am. I was able to slide out for a little bit. I went to Gorilla Pizza. Gorilla Pizza is it's like a Detroit style pizza place in Vegas. They moved. They used to be in Hard Hat Lounge. I used to go visit them when they were in Hard Hat Lounge. But I said all that to say they always got wrestling stuff playing on their screen. So, man, go check them out. And they're from Detroit. So, like, if you look in their sign where it says Gorilla, they have, like, all these Detroit landmarks in there. Like, little Easter egg for you. Just real quick, just to say, like, hey, it's all good. You know, it's Friday night. Just got paid. Rest in peace, Johnny Kemp. I want to talk about records. Records, man. And that's the great thing about sport. That's why we go every night. You never know what you're going to see. Somebody's going to get triple-double. Somebody's going to score 50, you know. Baseball, did they have a no-hitter? You know, I'm always that guy in the crowd. You know, it's second inning. You got a no-hitter through 2. I'm not jinxing it. I just want to say I was there when something special happened. You know, I do. I'm keeping count. The phones were blowing up this week. You know, I always remember when we had Galarraga and he was going to have that perfect game. I remember I got a couple texts back then, because I wasn't on like social media. People were like, hey man, the Tigers got the guy for the Tigers, because nobody knew his name. He wasn't like, you know, like a standout player or anything. He got a perfect game through 8. And then as soon as I turned on Jim Joyce, old silly butt, you know, and to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim Joyce never got suspended, never had to go to umpire training, nothing. He just walk away, scouts clean. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Like, what? Must be nice to be blank in America. You can fill it in. But I said all that to say, it's not about, like, the Jim Joyce bad call. It is about the Jim Joyce bad call, but something that I always admired was Brandon Inge, the next play. They always say the hardest 3 outs in baseball are the last 3, right? No matter if you're blowing outs in, those are last. How did Brandon Inge have the mental composure? Brandon Inge, Miguel Cabrera, that third out, that was a tough out, and They did it. They did. Because I would have still been yelling at Jim Joyce. They would have had to put me out that game. I was like, how did no Tiger get by? I'd still have my foot up Jim Joyce. But I'm 99% sure it's still on YouTube. Watch that last play. Like, how did they have the mental composure? Man, that was a tough ground out. And Brandon Inge got it, scooped it. Miguel Cabrera caught it, and they went right back to yelling at Jim Joyce. So, yeah, I know Miami was like fouling at the end of the game. Just to jump real quick to Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. But hey, those free throws, man. Can you imagine that pressure? You got 81 and you got to make 2. That's some pressure right there. So hey, you got to tip your cap. I'm excited for Bam. All the money he's gonna make off of this. I'm sure the endorsements. I'm sure his agent is just on the publicist. Everybody's still in a meeting. And then the NBA is. I always say this: anybody can beat anybody. That's what I say about the NBA. Anybody can beat anybody. This is an NBA team. This wasn't Summer League. This wasn't the Wizards had college players. These were grown men. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if you get close to 83, 82, 80, and you know, like, it's okay to fight. Like, I think, like, the Heat had, like, they were fully, after you get to 70, 60, whatever, through 3 quarters, they had, like, me, they had my full blessings. Just foul. Try to break you wanted to, records are made to be broken. Excuse my washer and dryer in the back. I'm back from a trip. I'm sorry. I gotta wash clothes. You cannot leave your stained clothes in the suitcase after you get. You can't just pull the suitcase in the house. You can't. That's nasty. That's nasty. I would say. I think the discussion might be not. I don't think anybody with a sound mind is like, I'm hating Bam Adebayo's great. Like, yeah, that's impressive, man. That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points. I think level of difficulty. I still give Kobe. I think his 81 was harder than Bam's 83. Pause. All right, does that make sense to anybody? During that era of the NBA, the defense was a little bit better. And then the 3-ball, Isaiah Thomas said something so well. Mark Jackson might be one of the most influential people in this decade in the NBA, right? Not because he allowed Steph Curry and Steph Curry. What is the guy's name? Klay Thompson. That's it. Klay Thompson. Not because he allowed Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to shoot so many threes, but it was okay for them to miss. Right? Like, he was just like, hey, it's okay if you miss. Just come back. You know what I mean? So, if you don't know hoops, you know, I know you're going to be like, what are you talking about? But yeah, just marinate on that for a little bit. Because Steph used to play like that at Davidson, right? I remember because when he made his Sweet 16 run, it was here in Detroit. But I was like, they're not going to let that, you know, that's not going to work in the NBA. It's a more disciplined game. And Mark Jackson, when he got to the league, was like, hey, do you. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in my day, you shoot a three, you miss. Hey, come sit over here. You gonna sit out the rest of this quarter. So yeah, we got the evolution of the three ball. The defense was better. And then Kobe, correct me if I'm wrong, he only had like 30 in the first half. Bam had 30 in the first quarter. And that's important because mentally, once you see the ball going in a lot, you know what I mean? So Bam had the ability to see the ball go in a lot. And then he said, like, yeah, after the first quarter, they was like, hey, we should try it. You know what I'm saying? So Kobe had 30 in the first half, which is not like, you know, somewhere near 30, right? But it wasn't like, hey, we're going for this record tonight. You know, it was just like, all right, it felt like a normal game. So they had three quarters where it was always kind of in the back of their mind. You know what I'm saying? It was always kind of there. And then the fourth quarter is like, all right, let's do it. I would say Wilt was just a foot. Wilt was like from what I understand, because I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play, but he was just like a 2001 player playing in the 60s and 70s. That's like the person that like I tip my cap to the most is Cheryl Miller. How you score that many points? She scored 100 in a high school game? Like only 6 or 8 minute quarters? I mean, she had to be cherry picking. I haven't seen any footage, but had to just be standing on her. And I always say this too because like so I think Bam made over 30 free throw, over 40 free throw. You try to make go in your backyard, mark it off, try to make 40 free throws in 48 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You just try. And that's just you by yourself. You ain't got people talking mess to you on the line. You ain't got the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So just try. The other record to talk about is SGA scoring 20 points every time he steps on the court. I don't really have a thought on this. I mean, that's impressive. But SGA been injured a lot, right? So when they say the record, and this is why you have to listen, they say it as if like, hey, he's played 120 some straight games. Like, no, he's been injured, and you know, it's kind of like when baseball player has a hitting streak. Like he'll have like 20 games to end the season, and then his team doesn't make the playoffs, and then he takes a whole year off, and the hitting streak continues. It's like, does that really count? You know, like opening day, he hit a single, and he's on a 21 game hitting streak. Yeah. This is real random. Remember that time, this is like maybe 10 years ago, LeBron went like 2 weeks. He was playing everything and had never had a foul called on him. Like we couldn't open up an NBA investigation on that. This man, but I like records. I mean, that's what keeps us kind of like, you know, cracked out on all that. LeBron, did he finally pass Wilt on field goals made? I think so. I far more respect the LeBron all-time field goals leader than I do, Kareem. Just in points, because Kareem didn't shoot threes, LeBron did. So I was like, that's kind of like, you know what I mean? But now you pass him in field goal. Okay. I ain't got nothing to say. Man, the Pistons didn't win a game for a whole week. Let that sink in. They ain't win a game for a whole week. If you lose 4 straight in the playoffs, you're out of here, pal. You're out. No team is gonna go 82-0 or whatever. Speaking of records, maybe they will, right? I never thought anybody would ever go, because that's a longevity now. I never thought anybody would go 73-9, but it did. But I'm confident to say no team will ever go to, especially the way these players take rest. Hey, ain't nobody. Hey, these guys, I'm out. Yeah, I got a 2K league meetup. Out of the 4 losses that week, right, it's obvious nobody liked the Brooklyn one. But again, any team can beat any team. And I did not like the San Antonio one. The other 2 I can stomach, right? Cleveland game, hard fought. You know what I'm saying? Hard fought game. Miami, you had just played the night before. Kind of embarrassing game. Got to hop on a plane. I'll let them slide on that one too. Brooklyn is embarrassing. And I hope the Pistons are listening to this. That was embarrassing, right? I mean, never like get down on yourself, but that was embarrassing, right? That's just all it is too. I was ashamed to be a fan that night. That was a game. The whole family went. I went and met RJ out in the concourse, and my kids just had a full-blown Royal Rumble right on the LCA concourse. Like, people were stopping and watching. They was laughing like, wow, this is, man, my kids can wrestle, man. They can wrestle. San Antonio I didn't like because San Antonio just handled them. Like, there was at no point where the game felt in reach. Like, there was never a point where it felt like, okay, we can win this game. And San Antonio didn't look like they were trying, right? They didn't look. So I just didn't like it. Like, you just didn't stand up for your nothing. You just got handled. But, B-U-T, but it's always best to get a wake-up call in March rather than, like, hey, you're in the playoffs and we got to get it together. Like, at least it's now in March, okay, anybody can beat us, right? We got to get this together, right? So, yeah, that's cool. Like, now they got the wake-up call. It seemed to be, like, playing with a little more pride now the last two games. So, one last night against Philadelphia. I would love to play Philadelphia in the first round. Edgecombe, he's a baller. And then Brooklyn, they kind of came back and won by 38. But just because you win by 38, that does nothing to make up for that, whatever that was on Saturday night. The Tangan Grizzlies are in town tonight, and I don't know. I may not go to the game because the People's Champ is not playing. The People's Champ, Ja Morant, is not playing. Ja Morant is everybody's favorite player that the NBA doesn't want to be everybody's favorite player. He's a highlight. That's all. He's a highlight. Got the best sneakers. He's about that thug life. It's 313 Day, though. It's 313 Day. Are they going to make, I heard a rumor, are they going to make 313 Day like an official holiday for the city of Detroit? I think so. I think they should do it, Mayor Sheffield, make it a holiday. Schools closed, city offices, just shut it down. That can be our bootleg Mardi Gras. Anybody got family in New Orleans? Town just shut down for Mardi Gras. Just the whole town.
What's good? This is D. Dot, host of the Major Music Lounge podcast, the podcast for independent music producers and music creators. You can catch new episodes every Friday, streaming on all podcast streaming platforms and the video version on YouTube.
Shout out to my guy D Dot. How D Dot and Brennan hook up yet, man? That's crazy because he's an independent artist. Birdman is doing his thing with independent artists with the record club. And y'all gotta link up if y'all listen to this. Do something on the music channel in the Discord. I'm not gonna talk about WWE this week. I'm so sick of the WWE right now. I'm so sick of them. I'm just not gonna do it. You know it's bad over there. Road Dogg, he didn't put in a 2-week notice. I'm just leaving. I'm just sick of this. AEW Revolution is tomorrow. The first AEW Revolution, I think, was that the one where they said they had the greatest tag match ever? The greatest tag match? Who was that? Hangman Page? Let me look. Yeah, that was it. It was the greatest tag team match ever. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, the Cowboy versus the Young Bucks. The greatest tag team match ever. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about it, okay? If the AEW fans say it, that's what it is. And Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryanson was the greatest match ever. What is it? Greatest match on American soil. Ever. Of course, man. Of course. This card is stacked. They got... the main event is Texas Death Match, Adam Hangman Page versus MJF. Then you got Tekla versus the Alien. She wants to be an alien. That's why I call her the Alien. FTR versus Young Bucks with Big Stoke. Big Stoke is in FTR's corner. And then it looked like Dean Ambrose versus Canisius Tishkata. The AEW people gonna kill me, die. This is the one I'm looking forward to right here. It's going to be Willow Nightingale. Y'all know I love Willow Nightingale, man. Willow Nightingale, Harley, the Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bain and Lena Cross. That should be a good one. That should be a really good one. Don Callis family. I don't know that the whole world is in that versus. No, I'm not looking. You guys know I don't like Jet Speed. I don't like Spitball Mike Bailey. Andrade versus Bandito. That should be a good one. It depends on what Andrade, sometimes I feel like he be going half speed. I don't know. Swerve and Brody King should be good. Should be a card stiller right there. I don't like Swerve's new music, but that should be good. And this is an AEW pay-per-view. So I've gone through 8 matches already. But wait, there's more. Oh man, this Toni Storm and Marina Shafir match should be good. I'll say this. Timeless Toni Storm, she don't really miss on pay-per-views. She she looks at a premium live event as a premium live event, from what I can tell from her style. Because over there in the Fed, they just, not everything's a premium live. You don't get enough. People don't be wearing no special gear for pay-per-view. Nah, that just looks just like Monday Night Raw. Like, nothing special about the PLE. Man, this pay-per-view gonna be long as hell. Because they got a 21-man blackjack battle royale. You ever notice Excalibur, the battle royale? Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. Those are some pillars of AEW right there. On one of the opening matches versus the Dogs. This is what the Dogs. The Dogs. That's Fit Finley's kid, ain't it? I think that's Fit Finley's kid, and yeah. Gabe Kidd, Dave Finley, and Clark Connors. Y'all remember Fit Finley? Fit Finley, that's his kid, Dave Finley. Willow Nightingale on here twice, two times, dog. Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross opens the show for the TBS Championship. That show. There gotta be some 0 hour stuff. That's wild. Yo, she on here twice. And they got, hey, the more than Willow Nightingale, the better. I can already tell this is gonna be like 6 hours. Hey, like this is AEW, the only pay-per-view where I will leave the crib and not like run up to 7-Eleven. I will leave the crib and like go to the mall. Like I don't have it on my phone, and they still wrestling. They ain't made it to the swerve match yet. I'm telling y'all right now, like All in Texas was like 8 hours or something. Like, all right, look, if they do a big show at Ford Field, like if they say, oh, we doing All in Detroit or double or that, look, if it started at 5, I ain't pulling up to 9. 9. Y'all know I'm the king of CP time, but I will, man, listen, when the show start, I will start taking a nap. I have zero intention. Watch some AEW fan. Well, we say WWE overcharges shows like 2 hours, commercials. And look at me, smooth as lotion. You right. Hey, you right. Hey. I can't argue that. At least they tried to give you your money's worth. Oh, okay, a little life hack. I said I was going to get it on HBO Max, but you can use your Amazon gift card on the AE. Okay, if you get it on Prime, you can use Amazon gift. That's a small life hack. Okay. I hope we done with AEW pay-per-views where you gotta pay $50. I ain't paying for no UFC fights no more. And they going to Paramount, so I wonder is the guy at Paramount like, hey man, we don't even, hey man, what are they charging for the UFC? we can't be charging for no Moxley.